This is a consumer alert from Consumer Watchdog.
Does Uber engage in surveillance pricing? It says it doesn't, but under a new law, it says it does. So let's dig into that. Surveillance pricing is hard to catch. In order to spot the practice in which people are charged different prices for the same product based on their data, it requires multiple accounts, devices, even locations. So I took mine and my wife's phone and compared Uber fares from the Chicago suburbs to O'Hare International Airport. Everything as far as I could tell, time, route, duration, type of ride, location, was the same, but the prices were different. I was charged over $1 more than her. Why? Nobody knows. But Uber itself has denied that it uses surveillance pricing repeatedly. Here's Uber in The Guardian. Quote, upfront prices are not personalized. Our pricing algorithms do not use information about an individual rider or driver's personal characteristics. Suggestions that our systems manipulate pricing unfairly or discriminate are simply false and not supported by evidence. Here's Uber in San Francisco Gate. Uber does not personalize fares for drivers or riders. And recently in the New York Times, Uber, quote, did not consider anything beyond geographic factors and demand in setting prices. So if Uber only considers geography and demand in fares, then why were the prices different for the same exact ride? Was it because Uber knew I had a flight to catch that day? Or was it because I was charging my low phone battery? Or was it because they knew something about my financials? We can only speculate. For example, people have reported noticing different fares when they use certain credit cards. And even though Uber denies charging rates based on battery life, it did at one point hire someone to see if people would pay more if their phone battery was low. And turns out they were. But now Uber seems to have changed its story. It now says it can't even check battery life. So is Uber lying? Again, why were the two fares different prices? Uber's logic doesn't explain that. A law that recently took effect in New York that is aimed at protecting shoppers from surveillance pricing might be the first legislative step to addressing this problem. It requires retailers that use personalized pricing to post, "This price was set by an algorithm using your personal data." And Uber is one of those companies who started posting the disclosure. So it begs the question, what other personal data is Uber using that it isn't telling us about? I'm Justin Klosko, and this has been a Consumer Alert from Consumer Watchdog.